Assalamualaikum. Our discussion for today for this subject, educational technology, is integrating gamification in classroom setting. I am Siti AMIRAH binti RAZAK. My matric number AS23052251, and my friend.
My name is Atira binti Muhammad HASLI. My matric ID AS2305222383.
My name is MOHAMMAD binti AZIZAN and my matric number is AS2305225518.
Okay, my name is Nazir binti Muhammad FAUZI. My matric ID is AS2307-22985.
My name is Liuzan. My matric number is AS2309-24382.
My name is Novatia binti Muhammad Nasir. My matric number is AS02309-2423.
Hello, my name is Nur Shifa QATRUNNADA ADWA binti Muhammad ZUKI. My matric number is AS2307-22986.
Piece of content that we have in our discussion is introduction, impact of gamification, gamification tool and platform, challenge in implementing gamification, gamification and differentiated learning, gamification technique and strategies, measuring effectiveness of gamified learning, future implication, and last conclusion. Okay, for introduction, integrating gamification in classroom setting gain popularity as educators look for creative way to engage students in the learning process. It uses game elements such as point, badge, leaderboard, and reward to motivate and enhance students' learning experience. By doing this, it will encourage active participation, foster a sense of accomplishment, and can even make challenging subjects more accessible and enjoyable. I will pass to the next person.
Hi, I will continue. The first part of our discussion is about impact of gamification on student motivation and participation. The first impact are increased engagement through competition and rewards. For example, competitive elements boost motivation. For example, teacher can incorporate leaderboard challenges and point systems that creates a sense of competition and strive for student higher achievement. The second example is rewards foster sustained interest. For example, students are more likely to participate actively when there are virtual rewards by a teacher, such as certificates and badges that strive students to complete tasks and maintain interest over time. Next. The second impact for me is improve collaboration and social interaction. For example, team-based activities can promote collaboration. For example, teacher can involve a learning group or task, team competition that enhance student peer-to-peer collaboration and foster stronger relationships among students. And the second example is positive peer influence that enhances social skills student. For example, teacher can interactive nature of gamified learning that encourage students to communicate and learn from each other and improve their social interaction and teamwork abilities. And the last for me, the impact of gamification on student motivation and participation is instant feedback and self-assessment. For example, is immediate feedback that accelerates a student's learning. For example, a teacher can provide instant feedback on student progress, so it can help students identify their mistakes and adjust their strategies in real time. And the second example is self-assessment that builds autonomy students. For example, with a progress tracking points, students can monitor their own performance and they can reflect on their strengths and weaknesses, that leading to greater responsibility for students' learning. Next, we will discuss the second part from my friends.
Okay, next is from me, is about gamification tools and platform for teachers. So for the first one is Kahoot. Kahoot is a quiz-based platform that teacher can create games that test their students' knowledge and understanding. Kahoot also can trigger students who enjoy the competitions and have the fast-paced activities. It is also suitable for students that visual and auditory learners, which is they are more likely to be colorful and more interactive quizzes. It is useful for review materials in a dynamic and interactive way with the teacher and also with the students. This is the example of the Kahoot that we can see at here, which is have the more visual, more image, and the colorful. Okay, for the second one, applications that can be used, the platform that can be used is Quizzes. Quizzes is the one of the platform that teachers can assign their students to make the homework for students. They can have the quiz for help teacher gaining the feedback from the students, whether they understand the topic for that day. It is suitable for students who enjoy self-paced learning and prefer a mix of competition and self-reflection. This is the examples of the quizzes. And the last one is Duolingo. Duolingo is the language learning with adaptive challenge and reward. Duolingo is actually the applications for some teacher that use that teaching language, which is English. Teacher can track their progress and assign specific language skills to their language acquisitions, and it is also best for the student who enjoy achieving small and goals. This is the example of the Duolingo platform. I will pass I will pass to my friends.
Okay. In my sessions, I would like to share about the challenges in implementing gamifications in Malaysia classrooms. Okay. As you know, gamifications has been a trending topic in education worldwide, and Malaysia's classroom are not exception. Integrating games elements into learnings can make lessons more engaging and enjoyable, but implement it comes with its own set of challenges, especially within the Malaysia education system. So from the slide, we can see that I have already list out some challenges in implementing gamification in Malaysia classroom. The first one is limited access to technologies, and the second, language barriers. Next is balancing curriculum standards with gamifications, and the last one is teacher training and confidence. Next. All right, we move to the first challenges, which is limited access to technologies. Okay, to explain it, in Malaysia, not all schools have the same levels of access to technology, especially in rural areas. Gamified learning often requires digital tools, which means students and teachers need reliable device and internet access, but something not every school can provide it. So here, for example, a primary school in Sabah attempts to introduce gamified English learning programs. However, they quickly run into the issue with connecting and the outdated hardware, meaning only a few students will fully participate. Teacher had to supplement with non-digital games elements, which took extra time and resources. Next. Okay. The second challenges is language barriers. Malaysia classrooms are linguistically diverse, with many students speaking the different first language. Implementing gamified contents in English or Bahasa Malaysia can be challenged for students who may struggle in comprehensions and reduce their engagements. So, for example, the gamified mathematic apps are rolled up in both Bahasa Malaysia and English at the school in Johor. While the app itself works well, students from non-native language backgrounds face difficulties understanding the instructions and the game narrative. So teacher had to spend extra time translating and explaining the game elements to ensure that all students can be benefit. Okay, next, the third one. Third one is balancing curriculum standards with gamifications. Malaysia education has a structure and exam-oriented curriculums. It can be challenged to balance the requirements of these curriculums with a gamified approach, as gamifications often require the flexibility teaching style and pacing. So, as an example, at a school in the Penang, teachers gamify their environment studies models with project-based learnings. However, as exam times approach, they have to rush through the remaining modules to cover everything required, leading to a fragmented gamified experiments. And many students feel frustrated and stressed as the activity were cut short and replaced with the traditional teachings. All right, now we already until the last challenges, which is teachers' trainings and confidence. For gamifications to be effective, teachers need adequate trainings. However, many teachers in Malaysia not yet trained in digital teaching technologies or using gamified resources, and limited professional development opportunities make it harder to bridge this gap. For instance, a school in Kuala Lumpur invested in gamified history programs, but only a few teachers feel comfortable implementing it. Without enough training, some teachers revert to traditional methods, making it difficult to integrate gamifications consistently across classroom in Malaysia. Now I will pass to the next persons. Thank you.
Here I will continue with gamification and differentiated learning. So they have three main points. The first one is flexible grouping. immediate feedback, and customized learning. So the first one is flexible grouping. Here we can see from gamification, they are according skill level or mixed ability to learning and development of social skill. They are divide group according to different advantage. So in here we can see they have a few students that have more skill and a low skill. So for differentiated learning, they allow students to peer at their level, depends on assignments, and also give student freedom to choose their group. Okay, for second is immediate feedback. For gamification, it can done with any internet platforms, and it also allows students to understand from their mistake. Maybe some student do something wrong, so from there they can learn how to improve their skill. For last one is customized learning. For gamification, student can choose their assignment based on their strength or interest. And student also can choose by online puzzle or offline. So they need to decide which one they want to do. In differentiated learning, students have different needs and tasks based on their skill, which is if the student want to use the other way, so they can make it. The teacher can give their freedom to make their decision. So we continue for others.
Okay, so I'll continue my part. Gamification techniques and strategies for the classroom. Okay, I'll continue with my part. Gamification techniques and strategies for the classroom. Okay, today we are diving into how we can turn learning into an adventure with gamification techniques in the classroom. We will explore ways to make lesson more interactive, engaging, and rewarding. Okay, first, game mechanics technique. First up, game mechanics. These are the core techniques that bring structure and excitement to gamified learning. Okay, first, point system. Okay, student can earn points for tasks like completing assignments or answering questions. This is immediate reward, helps them feel a sense of accomplishment. Okay, second, badge and achievements. Badges are like mini trophies that recognize specific accomplishments, encouraging students to reach milestone. Then leaderboards. Using leaderboards to rank students or teams adds a friendly competition. It's motivating but should be used carefully to ensure it stays positive. Fourth, levels and progression. Levels give students a sense of progressions. They can unlock levels by completing tasks, encouraging them to keep pushing forward. Number 5, um, quests and missions. This is where it gets exciting. Assign challenge tied to a storyline, making the task feel like missions in a game. Last one, rewards and incentive. Finally, incentive like privilege or certificates are great for recognizing efforts. Simple rewards can motivate students to engage actively. Next, alright. Next, engagement strategies. Okay. It's the ways to keep students involved and excited about learning. Number 1, time challenge. Setting time limits on tasks turn lessons into quick challenge, adding a sense of urgency and excitement. Number 2, streaks and consistency rewards. Rewarding students for consecutive days or consistent effort is a great way to build good habits and encourage persistence. Number 3, role-playing games. Incorporate roles where students have specific tasks related to those roles. It's a creative way to get them involved and invested in learning. Number 4, team-based competitions. Group challenge promote collaborations. Students work together to win, building teamwork skills along the way. Number 5, Easter eggs. Hidden rewards or Easter eggs keep things interesting and maintain curiosity. Finding the surprise adds a fun twist to the lesson. Next. Okay. Technology-based gamification. Technology can enhance gamification even more. Here's how. Interactive quiz. Apps like Kahoot or Quizzes make quizzes fun and competitive. They are excellent for quick reviews and instant engagement. Number 2, classroom apps. Apps like Class Dojo track behavior, allowing students to earn points and receive feedback. These tools help reinforce positive behavior. Number 3, VR or AR tools, virtual reality and augmented reality can create immersive experiences. Imagine studying the solar system and visiting planets in 3D. It was super engaging. Next. Okay. Assessment and feedback. Lastly, assessment and feedback are essential in a gamified classroom. Here's how to keep it constructive and motivating. First, self-paced learning. That allows students to progress at their own speed, unlocking content as they go. This ensures they learn at a comfortable pace. Number 2, formative assessment. Frequent, low-stakes quiz give instant feedback, helping students and teachers track progress and address any gaps. Number 3, competency badging. Awarding badge for mastering specific skills lets students see their growth, which reinforce learning and encourage mastery. Okay. Gamification can transform learning into an interactive and rewarding experience. By integrating these techniques, we can foster a more engaged and motivated classroom. Thank you. Next.
Okay, next I will talk about measuring the effectiveness of gamified learning. This measure will help teacher to ensure it meet educational goals and enhance student engagement. This enables them to make informed adjustment for a better outcomes. Okay. Okay, the first point is define a clear learning objective. Okay, clear learning objective are specific goals that tell students what they expect to learn or accomplish by the end of a lesson. This objective will help to ensure that the games are not just for fun but also to focus on a meaningful learning. For example, if the goal is to improve vocabulary, the game could involve matching words to definition. By aligning this game with this goal, students practice the exact skill they need to meet the objective. Clear objective will make the learning become more purposeful, and gamified activities feel more engaging because students know what they're learning is something valuable. Okay, for second is track performance metrics. Tracking performance metrics mean using tools like quizzes, task completion and levels to see how well students are understanding and remembering what they learn. For example, after a lesson, a short quiz can show if students understand the concept, while completing related tasks show they can apply it. By using this metric, teacher can quickly spot who needs extra help and who is ready for more challenging material. Next is assessment and progress tracking. Assessment and progress tracking help teachers to understand how students are learning. It is divided for three, which is formative assessment, self-reflection and data analytics. For formative assessment, it's just like quizzes or classroom discussion. Student can give feedback during the learning process, allowing teacher to adjust the lesson as need. Next is reflection. It lets students think about their own learning, like writing what they found easy or difficult in a lesson or multiplication. For data analytics is such as tracking scores over time. This will help teacher to see trends like a student improving in subject mathematics each week. This tool will provide a clear picture of progress and area that needs teacher to support students. Okay, next slide is next is engagement and participation analysis. This engagement and participation analysis involves checking how actively students are involved in class, like how often they participate and complete the task. For example, a teacher might record how many times each student join in class. This may signal that they need extra help or motivation. By watching the record or this pattern, teacher can be better understand who is engaged and who may need more support to stay involved in learning. Okay, next is survey and feedback. Survey and feedback helps helps teacher to understand how much student enjoy a lesson and feel they are learning. For example, after a science project, the teacher might give a quick survey asking questions like, did you enjoy this activity or do you feel you learned something new? Student can read their answer or write a few thoughts. This feedback helps teacher to see what activities are working well and which one might need change to make learning more fun and effective. Okay, the last one is comparison with non-gamified result. Comparing with non-gamified result means looking at how students do in gamified activity versus traditional methods like regular tests or worksheet to see if there is improvement. For example, if students score higher on vocabulary after playing a word game compared to a standard quiz, it suggests the game helped them to learn more effectively. By checking this benchmark, teacher can decide if gamified learning is more helpful for certain topic than the traditional methods. That's all from me.
From our discussion just now, I can conclude that integrating gamification in classroom brings a fresh, interactive approach that makes learning more exciting and engaging for students. By paying attention to the perspectives that are presented, gamified learning can help students feel more involved and enthusiastic about their studies. Even if it takes some planning and effort to make it work well, the positive impact on student engagement and learning can be significant. One future implication that I think gamification can make learning more fun and help students stay focused and excited about their lesson. That's all from us. Thank you.